Every 2 years, Disney fans from all around the world gather around to hear the new announcements for cinema, television, parks, experiences, and much more at the D23 Expo in Anaheim. This year was no different, and last weekend we were waiting to know the juiciest of announcements. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a little disappointing when it comes to theme parks. But Disney did shed some light into the Disneyland Paris resort. So, let's see what they gave us this time.
Oh boy!
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Main Street News. Before we continue, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. And if you're interested, make sure to check our fan shop, which features some cool designs from the channel. Starting off with the renovation of the Disneyland Hotel. This is, without a doubt, the flagship hotel at the resort, which was in need of a renovation for quite some time. Well, Disney has been hard at work doing exactly this for more than a year now, and it will have a complete different look and feel once inside. A couple of days ago, we learned that the hotel is planned to reopen in 2024, probably in time for the Paris Olympics that same summer, and they shared a look at a Frozen-themed suite. The hotel will be focused on Disney princesses and their stories, with each room theme being different from the other. Now, going over to studios where most of the work is being done and planned for the next years, we will have a brand new show, which will invite guests in an emotional journey with beloved Pixar characters. This will debut next summer, and don't worry, it won't replace Mickey and the Magician. It's going to be presented in the not-so-used Studio Theater. Pixar We Belong Together will be a part of a grand finale for the 30th anniversary celebrations, which have also been extended until September 2023. Before going into the main draw, which is the lake expansion, let's jump to the Disney Village makeover. It's been some time since this announcement, and Disney seems to be going full steam ahead, because according to this timeline provided last weekend, the transformation is said to be over in 2023. We know that work has already started, very quietly, in some parts. These are the Café Mickey, which will become the Rosalie Brasserie, and just last weekend, a big chunk of the Disney store was covered in sheets of fabric, which tells us that work has also begun in the stores. We have also learned, a couple of months ago, that Planet Hollywood would be closing its doors in January. So, a lot is happening in the Disney Village, and I can't wait to see the final product. Now, hopping over to studios once again. In the presentation there was obviously a quick mention of Avengers Campus, which opened this year, and then a brand new concept art for the promenade that will lead guests into the new huge lake area. Before I begin dissecting everything, I just want to say that this new Walt Disney Studios gives some weird Epcot vibes in terms of layout. You see, you have the entrance area, which could be Future World and all the rest, and then you have the World Showcase, which in this case is Frozen and Star Wars, maybe? We don't know that yet. But okay, that said, the new concept art shows us new things that were previously unknown, like the two gardens. The one in the left side of the promenade will be an English garden and will feature some lush landscaping, statues of Disney characters from England like Peter Pan and Mary Poppins, and this Mary Poppins will have a gazebo that promises to provide some very much needed entertainment. On top of this new garden, we can see that there will be a new walkway which will connect Avengers Campus to this huge street. Switching sides and going to the right, Toy Story Playland has also been extended and will have a new entrance for the north side, which will feature Woody and Jessie. If we once again move upwards, we can make out another garden. This time it's Tangled themed, and it will feature a new attraction. While we weren't given a lot of information about this new ride, OutsidEars came to the rescue and provided it to us. According to them, the attraction will recreate the lantern scene from the movie. It's going to be a teacup-style ride. But in this one, you won't be seated in cups, but in wooden boats, which will rotate in the middle of hundreds of lanterns. In these blueprints, we can clearly make out the boats and show building, if we consider this one. There will also be some new Rapunzel-themed restrooms close to this new attraction. Continuing moving upwards, you'll find the lake, and on the right, the brand new big restaurant that was announced some months ago. In here, you'll be able to meet some of your favorite characters and enjoy breathtaking views of the lake. And maybe, if we end up getting a nighttime spectacular in the lake, this will be also a great spot to enjoy dinner and the show. On the left-hand side, we have been presented with this building, which I may be wrong, but looks like a small shop. Something like these World Showcase shops in Epcot. Now, before we move on, I just want to point out the amazing landscaping, which if it actually turns out similar to this, will provide a great feeling while wandering in this promenade. When you reach the small hub, you can either choose to go left or right. If you go left, you would pass by the currently unknown land that was supposed to be Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Since we received no new info regarding this land, and the concept art conveniently leaves this out, it further adds to the rumors of it being cancelled or changed. Going by this mysterious land, we see ourselves arriving in Arendelle, the world of Frozen. While Disney didn't provide new information about our Frozen land, we did get a glimpse at new stuff coming to the other parks. Beginning with Hong Kong, that resort will have a very similar land to ours, and will also open next year. But it will have one more ride. Fortunately, we did get a look at the boat, which will be the same ride vehicle to our attraction, Frozen Ever After. This will be similar to the one in Epcot, but much bigger, as you can see. This is the new boat for the Hong Kong ride, which will be cloned for Paris. And here is the boat from Epcot. This one can fit up to 12 people, while the new one fits up to 16. This is a 30% increase in capacity, which is for sure a problem with the Epcot version. Disney also showed a look at the brand new Elsa animatronic that will be used for the Tokyo Frozen ride. But I wouldn't get my hopes very high, since Tokyo normally has a much bigger budget, and a bigger budget means better quality, so we might still get the Epcot screen version of animatronic that just doesn't look as good. Now for the not so good news. In the official timeline, neither the Disneyland Paris version of Arendelle nor the lake and promenade areas are present, which might mean that the land won't open until 2025 or later. This could also not be true, and Disney is just not sure of when they will be ready to open, since there's still a lot of work to be done. By a lot of work, I mean most of the work. Before we end, I would like to point out that this week there is a huge expo happening in London, the IAAPA Expo, which is a global association for the attractions industry. And Disneyland Paris did release some information during the other expos in the past, so there might be one or two things released during the week. If this happens, make sure to follow us on Twitter so you don't miss anything. That said, I leave you with this question. What is the thing you're most excited for coming to Disneyland Paris? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing and liking. And now, as always, that's a wrap.